Hi, my name is Franz and welcome back to this course on creating responsive websites. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the elements that form the anatomy of a HTML document and also what each of them do. To get started, make sure that you are working in the blank HTML page, project folder, and that you have the index.html file open in the editor. Remove all text so that your document is empty. I'm not sure if you remember, but in a previous tutorial we installed the HTML skeleton extension, and I am going to use it for this lesson. If you have installed it correctly, it should be on the vertical bar on the right hand side of your editor. Click on the icon and under Elements select Basic, HTML Skeleton and save the document. In the next couple of slides I will go into more detail for each element, and when I'm completed we will add some text to the body and see what it looks like in the browser. The doc type declaration. The doc type declaration must be the very first thing in your HTML document. It is a set of rules that the HTML page have to follow to be considered good HTML, which could mean automatic error checking and other useful things. It's also to tell our browser we are using HTML5 and the doc type declaration will be HTML. In previous versions, the declaration was much longer, but this is the syntax we are currently using for HTML5 and it is much easier to remember. The HTML element. The HTML element tells the browser that this is a HTML document. The HTML tag represents the root of a HTML document, and it is also the container for all other HTML elements and wraps all the contents on the entire page except for the doc type declaration. Attributes. Most of the HTML tags can have attributes, which are extra bits of information. An attribute is used to define the characteristics of an HTML element and is placed inside the element's starting tag. Attributes usually come in a name-value pair, like name equals a specific value. Let's add the value en that will identify the language of this web page as English. This information helps search engines return language-specific results, and it is also used by screen readers that switch language profiles to provide the correct accent and pronunciation. The head element. This element contains everything you want to include on the HTML page that isn't going to be displayed in the browser when the page is accessed, and will include things like the page description, CSS style sheets, meta tags and much more. You will learn more about this element as we progress through the course. The character set element. This element sets the character set your document should use to UTF-8, which includes most characters from all known human languages. Almost every website looking gibberish with a bunch of question marks instead of text because someone used accents come down to the character encoding not set properly. Using this character set, you're telling the browser what character set you're using so it can correctly render the text on the screen and not a bunch of question marks. The title element. The title element sets the title of your page in the browser, and it also displays a title for the page in search engine results. The title is also used to describe the page when you save, bookmark or add it to your favorites. In the title element, let's name the page My First Page. Once you are finished, save the file and let's move to the next slide and take a look at the body element of our web page. The body element represents the main content of the document. This element displays all the content on the screen or in other media such as a printed document. The content can include text, images, videos, games, playable audio tracks, or whatever else. Within our body tag, we want to display a heading and a paragraph so that we can at least have something to look at when we preview our document. Using the H1 element, we will create a heading called Hello World, and we will also use the paragraph element to display This is my first web page as a paragraph. Once you are finished, save the file and click on the little lightning bolt to preview your web page in the browser. Notice that when I add the page to my favorites, that the title is automatically displayed, as well as when I use the save as function, as I have mentioned earlier in this lesson. This is the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you experience any problems, contact us via the live help.